Raphael isn't actually Rimuru's ability, but rather Great Sage's ability, who is part of Rimuru's soul. Basically, the ultimate skills each represent the quality they are named after, where Raphael, whose essence is of analysis and wisdom, loves skill maxing. But honestly, Rimuru's version of this skill is just way better, with the biggest difference between the two being the fact that Knowledge King doesn't have the same type of soul that Lord of Wisdom does. Because even though all ultimate skills have an ego, Raphael's is heavily influenced by Rimuru's desire for a companion. However, at their core, they are still skills and are programmed to serve and listen to their masters. But in rare cases, the ultimate skills can become an entity of their own. Take Michael, for example. The skill was literally only a hollow ego that relied solely on its natural instincts of justice, as the skill was programmed to be. It wasn't until the passing of Veldanava when Michael's programming essentially failed itself, making him question his purpose, and developed its eventual desire to resurrect its master, because Rudra, the hero who possessed Michael, wasn't its first master, as Veldanava traded his Michael for Rudra's Uriel. Then, when the primordial angel Feldway named the skill, he became the Manas Michael, transforming his ego to become more independent. Yet Raphael is different, because even as Great Sage, a unique skill, its ego wasn't hollow like Michael's. It was always there due to the circumstances of its creation, giving it autonomy. It just took a while for it to manifest, where after becoming Raphael, the skill started to act more independent, taking actions without being ordered, such as creating spells and improving others without Rimuru asking it to. An example of Raphael's independence is during Rimuru's second fight with Hinata, where Raphael Sensei asks to sacrifice Beelzebub, making Rimuru think that his demonic ultimate skill is now gone. But later, we find out Raphael had already made a copy, so most likely bro just wanted to tank Melt Slash to analyze it. However, the first glimpse we see of Raphael manifesting its will onto Rimuru is during the Harvest Festival, when Rimuru is asleep due to the fatigue it causes. So Raphael is the one to resurrect all of the fallen Tempest citizens. You can tell Raphael has taken over because Rimuru's usual yellow eyes become red and the world's voice takes over his own. Even Diablo, someone who is known as a magic scientist existing for billions of years, is intrigued by seeing his master in this state by that look he gives. This transformation shows us that unlike Michael, Rimuru's Wisdom King skill has been heavily influenced by his own antics, and its personality is shaped through Rimuru's actions, where it knew Rimuru's intentions of bringing his friends back to life and executed that will, even having Diablo sacrifice his Archdemon underlings for this sake. It isn't only its actions though, as Raphael starts showing more emotions and acting more like an actual partner to Rimuru, which is what the skill was created to be in the first place. It's even a running gag in the novels and the anime that whenever Rimuru asks Raphael if she sounds more human now, she says bro is imagining things, which kinda gives her a tsundere feel. And you know what makes me feel more human is some gamer subs. That's how I'm able to make these videos. And if you guys buy more gamer subs, especially that new Sakura flavor, that is so good, they send me more gamer subs and I'm more locked in. So use code ABD to get 10% off and get some gamer subs. Alright, let's go on to when Raphael evolves for the final time. After the events of Volume 15, Rimuru's strongest ability transforms into a Manas named Ciel. This occurred due to the Eastern Empire sending their strongest forces to subdue Tempest. I actually want to do a full review and explanation of the 3-volume long Eastern Empire War, but I don't know if you guys would like a whole recap of that. But if you do, then let me know in the comments below. But basically, you know how Raphael, or Great Sage, has always wanted to serve her master Rimuru at all costs, even pleading for an evolution with the world language? Well, during the war, she helps Rimuru once again by using souls gathered after the deaths of the Empire's soldiers and evolving some of his top officers into demon lords. This feat was never seen in the world before, where a primordial demon like Guy Crimson is shocked that Rimuru could even pull off such a feat. Raphael is the reason for characters like Diablo, Benimaru, Shion, even Gapta and Ranga's fusion to reach true demon lord status. One can even argue that if not for this power boost after the first attack by the Empire in Volume 13, Tempest's forces could have been killed by the likes of Tatsuya Media Kondo or a true dragon like Velgrin, who is actually the one to help in Raphael's evolution. Because right before their fight, Raphael was actually nervous about Rimuru taking on not just one, but two true dragons, being Velgrind and Veldora, who was being controlled by the Empire after getting hit with Kondo's ultimate skill, Sandalphon, Lord of Judgment, which brings anyone hit with his once-a-day absolute bullet to be under his control. So it was a pretty dicey situation. One true dragon is tough enough, but two at the same time it's a different issue, especially someone like Veldora, who had the power of Faust to change probability to his side, which would require even more computational power on Raphael's part to deal with. And if the situation wasn't bad enough, Michael's influence towards the angelic class skills was starting to nerf and confuse Ciel in a weird way, as he was trying to gain control of Rimuru through her. All of this compounded when Raphael was worried she wouldn't be able to support Rimuru the way she wished, and also believed they may not be strong enough. For example, when hit with an attack from Veldora, Raphael says to just tank it, which would have not been much of an issue for Rimuru, but the slime decides to instead dodge, as that was available to do as well. Like, why take unnecessary damage and use stamina to heal yourself when you could just dodge it, right? This miscalculation further brings Raphael down, as she made the wrong decision, endangering her master. So Rimuru gives her a little pep, ending in him naming the skill Ciel, transforming her into a Manas now.